famous for many years. Ahead of us, and just off to the right, where you see three large radiant pillars, the original settlement that would later become the city of Annapolis was founded in 1649 at the mouth of the Second River. In 1695, Annapolis became the capital of the colony of Maryland, and in 1696, King William's school was founded. It later became absorbed into St. John's College, which was chartered in 1784 and is still in full operation today. In 1783, Annapolis became the capital of the newly formed nation of the Nine Wells. During the time that Annapolis was the nation's capital, George Washington resigned his commission as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army here, and the Treaty of Paris was ratified in Annapolis, formally ending the American Revolution. On our right is the Outer Anchorage, one of the most popular on the East Coast for pleasure and recreational vessels of all kinds. If you look carefully, especially during the summer season, you may see boats flying their national flag from every corner. During the colonial period, sailing ships from the known world were located at the dock, which was far larger than that. During and right after the Revolution, trade shifted to Baltimore. Back on the left, all of the buildings with copper roofs belong to the United States Naval Academy. The first large building with a round roof is Halsey Fieldhouse, an indoor athletic facility for men and women of the academy to participate in winter athletics. Attached to the Fieldhouse is the Arnold Lethbridge Visitor Center. This should be your first stop on the tour of the academy. The second building is Leisure Hall, a swimming and wrestling facility. And the third building, in the multicolored bricks, is Rikers Hall, the Naval Academy Athletic Association. Attached to Mitchell Hall is the Weedy Center and Jewish Chapel. Named for Commodore Uriah P. Weedy, the 35,000 square foot facility boasts a 410-seat synagogue and an entranceway modeled after Thomas Jefferson's Monticello. Which has operated here in Annapolis continuously since that time, except for a short transfer to Newport, Rhode Island during the Civil War. On our left, you will see a white mast with a damaged platform and several lights. This is the mast from the battleship Maine, which sunk in an explosion in 1898 in Havana Bay, Cuba. At that time, 260 men of the United States Navy died. The mast has stood here at the Academy since 1913 and is a memorial to these men. The lights on the mast were added many years ago. They are storm warnings to inform mariners of bad weather and the extent of how bad that weather will be. With the development of modern electronic communications, however, these lights have largely been replaced by radio transmissions on marine channels. If you look just beyond the mast, you will see a long, black Mark 14 torpedo, the type used by American submarines during the Second World War. The torpedo has been placed there as a memorial to the submariners who died in that conflict. We will now make a turn around the corner of the United States Naval Academy and head up the beautiful seated separate room. As we do, you will see a green light on the three-sided base. This light, named Triton Light, was first designed by the Naval Academy class in 1945 and holds a glass sphere containing water from 22 seas of the world. The water was obtained by the USS Triton submarine, which made the first water soda navigation in 1960. This light was dedicated to the safety of those naval personnel who serve their country aboard submarines. The building you see on your left with the peaked gull-shaped roof is the Robert Brown Sailing Center, built in 1974. This is the headquarters for all sailing activities for the men and women of the Academy. The art of sailing is still considered to be important training for the midshipmen. Just beyond the Robert Brown Center is a small water basin known as Santee Basin, named after the first of several ships moored there for naval housing. In the basin, you will see small and medium-sized sailboats, all of which are used for training purposes. The larger of the boats, in fact, are taken out not only into the Chesapeake Bay, but well out into the Atlantic Ocean for rigorous training. In these small boats, the students acquire early respect by the sea. Behind the basin on our left side is a large gray brick building with large glass windows. This is the Wesley Brown Field House, a 140,000 square foot effort named for Lieutenant Commander Wesley A. Brown, who in 1949 became the Academy's first African American graduate. The field house contains facilities for physical education, varsity and intramural athletics, club sports, and personal fitness. It also offers a centralized medical facility conveniently located near the fields. The two buildings closest to you are known as Chauvet and Michelson Halls. Michelson was one of the first Americans to implement the rise in physics for accurately measuring the speed of light. And Chauvet was one of the original Academy professors in 1855. The United States Naval Academy Challenge with and yes, that is real gold. It is a magnificent going to make our turn now, and as we do, there are a number of points of interest that you can view from the left or port side of our vessel. First and foremost is the small body of water that you see along the side of the classrooms. It is known as College Creek. This creek divides the Naval Academy and continues on up to St. John's College. Just beyond the creek is an attractive gray building that once operated as the United States Navy Hospital. A part of the building, named Beach Hall, currently serves as the headquarters of the United States Naval Institute, publisher of the Institute's popular Proceedings magazine, and the blockbuster novel, The Hunt for Red Rose. The two bridges you see spanning the Severn River are important arteries for the region's busy land traffic. The nearest, around 450, is known as the Naval Academy Bridge, and was completed in 1994. It carries local traffic between Annapolis and residential areas on the far side. The current bridge has replaced two earlier bridges, the first of which was built in 1886. The bridge in the background carries Route 50 and Route 301 traffic from the Washington, D.C. area and points south to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and the eastern shore of Maryland. In the background beyond the first bridge is a magnificent white structure now known as Atria at Manresa. Originally a Catholic retreat, Manresa is now a deluxe retirement home